I told you if we broke attendance records, I'd get the church logo tattooed on my arm.
Skip, remember back when we first started?
All we did was preach the gospel.
Ooh, Superman works. I like Superman. Guy, what do you think?
What happened to you?
Me? Your dad is the one with the gimmicks.
The power of the Holy Spirit propels us.
I just want the church to get back to the gospel.
Problem is you're trying to get your message across.
The gospel?
Right. And ain't nobody listening to that.
For Good Friday and Easter, I need something big. Amen?
Bigger than the resurrection.
Bigger than anything we've ever done. National headlines.
Preach on the death and resurrection of Jesus.
Plan. An actual crucifixion.
Uh-oh.
By placing the nails through your palms in the right place, we hope to avoid major nerve damage.
Operation Stop Skip is a go.
That's awesome.
You have to cancel this Good Friday stunt.
Don't be so dramatic, honey. Ooh, I like the rusty ones.
What are you gonna do?
I told him he's insane. Been praying for you about that toe fungus. This could be beneficial for all parties involved.
We foster a yes environment here.
God wanted me to marry you and you could be my wife.
I have an answer for you.
Yeah, I have an appointment for a blood pressure. Did he just sneeze on my desk? A blood
Sir, if
pressure.
you're not feeling well, I'm gonna have the nurse come see you outside.
No, brother, I'm feeling good. I just got a blood pressure check. My whole hood been vaccinated.
Your whole hood's been vaccinated. This fool sneezing and coughing all on my. You gonna piss me off?
I understand that, but they can give you a blood pressure check outside.
Man, what is wrong with this dude? I swear for God.
Hey everybody, it's the Maurice Brown Show Sports Edition. Playing a little pitch and catch with my nephew Caleb. Hey guys, he's the next Jerry Rice. Want to show him? Yeah, let's do it. You're gonna love this. Ready, set, go! Let's start the show.
Hey you guys, I'm Venus Monique from the hit crime drama Vindication, and you guys should definitely make sure you're catching the Maurice Brown Show on Roku TV.
Yeah! Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Maurice Brown Show Sports Edition with Antoine, Real Stewart, and my nephew, Caleb Lopes. I'm running solo tonight, but we are going to break down the latest and greatest from the NFL. A lot of stuff's been going on. Free agency movement began today. Nothing major happened today. Just a few signings. The Green Bay Packers decided to keep Preston Smith and got rid of Big Z, Zadarius Smith. I love Big Z. I did not want to see that happen to him. But anyway, he's moving on. Let's see. Now, let's get our audio here. We got our audio going. We just need to get our video back. Just stand by just one moment. what's going on, man?
What's up, my brother?
Hey, man, everything is good. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and we've got my main man, Antoine, real Stewart, in the house. Stu, what's going on, brother?
Ain't nothing much. What it do, Mo?
Well, we were looking for some big movements in the NFL on the first day of free agent signings, and nothing really big happened. The Green Bay Packers got rid of Zadarius Smith, a guy I like a lot, but because of salary cap issues, he had to go. But we did keep Preston Smith. That's the closest thing that I can say is big time. What are other movements that you are aware of in the NFL today that you happen to notice?
Did you already mention about the GOAT coming back?
I did mention the GOAT. I did not mention the GOAT. But I don't know that, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that Tom Brady is a guy that has anything left to prove. I'm a little confused about this one, Stu. What do you think?
I don't know. I think it's just something he's finding hard to let go, especially with him still performing at the high level that he is performing at. I think if it was a situation like with Peyton Manning, you could tell he was done. He was fortunate to get that last Super Bowl with Denver having the defense that they had. And we all know, it didn't really have, excuse me, it didn't even really have too much to do with the quarterback in itself. But when you look at Tom Brady, his last Super Bowl win, it did have a lot to do with Tom Brady. He still performed. Even last year, he was still performing at a high level to where, from a statistic standpoint, it was better than some of his previous years. So I guess it's kind of hard for him to walk away with him still performing at a high level. He has absolutely nothing to prove. It's just, I guess it's when he's ready, when he feels like it's time.
So as we move forward and look at my main man, Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers decided to take a $200 million deal, ranging from 3 to 4 years with the Green Bay Packers, and so now he's coming back. Ends all the speculation. Hey, what's Aaron going to do? Was he going to go to Denver? Is he going to go to the Washington Commanders? All this stuff, that speculation, that's over with. That drama's over with. And so he's back with Green Bay. Now that he is, do Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers have to win the Super Bowl next year?
It's definitely Super Bowl bust for him because, what else is there left to do? Aaron Rodgers has been back-to-back NFC championship games. He didn't make it this previous year, but he's in the playoffs. He always has a chance to play for a Super Bowl, and that's why you play the game. You're playing to win a Super Bowl. And so I think it is Super Bowl bust. They have extremely, the same amount of talent on the Packers. I don't see why they wouldn't have a shot again this coming season to do it again. I'm pretty sure with the picks that they have, that they're going to shore up a couple of areas that they feel like they need to get stronger in. Quarterback, receiver, running back is not one of those areas. So they can kind of focus on, the defense. Might, sneak a weapon in there at tight end, or I don't really know how you guys look at tight end, or just add a piece that Aaron can utilize, but, strengthen up that defense and make another run for it.
Well, Green Bay is going to have to figure out how to make Davante Adams happy. From what I understand, the news coming out of Green Bay is he's not happy about being franchise tagged. So they're going to have to figure out how to make him happy because, you really look at this thing, and Aaron Rodgers got his money. And he said he wasn't going to, make a decision until they took care of Tay. Those are Aaron's words. He calls him Tay. Hey, Tay. Anyway, I'll leave it alone. But the bottom line is he got his money. And Davante Adams is kind of still hanging out there in the wind. This could get ugly if the Packers don't fix this problem, and I mean quickly.
I think it's very strategic by the Packers because, I was hearing rumors that if Aaron didn't come back to the Packers, he went somewhere else, that Adams was going to follow him wherever he went. And Aaron would have that type of pull to be like, I'm with the Steelers, or I'm with this team. Come on. Adams is going wherever I'm going. So what they did was they franchised his boy, said, you know what, your boy's staying here. So what are you going to do? And he was like,
Right.
I'm just going to go back to what I know. And, because Adams and Aaron together as a package deal, just like how Gronk and Brady are, that's a great combination to have. And that's a receiver that he has chemistry with. He doesn't have to learn chemistry with, so I think that was a big part of Aaron saying, you know what, let me just go back home and do what I need to do. They got my boy hostage, so I'm going to stay home.
So they got to get Devontae Adams on the field as far as I'm concerned. But that being said, Aaron is back. And now you look at, okay, now who are the favorites in the NFC? You got to believe, of course, Green Bay is going to be one of those favorites. But I think now you also have to look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Tom Brady. They are back in the fold as a potential Super Bowl champion going into next year. I don't think you can count the Cardinals out. I definitely don't think that you can count out the Dallas Cowboys. I don't think you can count out the 49ers at this point. It all depends on what they do at the quarterback position. And I might even throw the Vikings in there because if you look at the number of games they lost by less than 4 or 5 points, I think it was like 8 or 9 games that they could have won. So who are your favorites in the NFC next year?
Of course, I think the 49ers definitely just got better at the quarterback position for the long run. We have a guy that can, not just a pocket guy, he can scramble out. He has a big arm for the deep ball, and we were pretty much one game away from the Super Bowl. So you got to say 49ers. You got to say the Rams. They won the Super Bowl.
I forgot about
Dallas,
the Rams.
We say Dallas every year based off of the type of talent they have on the team. But, until they proven that they can make a long run in the playoffs, I'm going to leave them out of it. Who else we got? Let's see. Of course, you got the Packers, of course. The Rams, 49ers, Tampa Bay. And I think, to be honest, that's pretty much it. You're going to have one of those teams that have a breakout season and a breakout year that no one saw coming. But other than that, as far as the sure teams, that's pretty much it in the NFC.
I would say so. And as you look at free agent movement, which we were talking about a few moments ago, the Washington Commanders picked up Carson Wentz. Now, they're not going to be a major team that you're expecting anyway to make a whole lot of noise. I look at it as a 50-50 move by the Commanders. Getting Carson Wentz could be a really big deal, and it could also be a really bad deal. I'm going to say this is going to be a good deal for the Commanders, but Carson Wentz being Carson Wentz, I think their ceiling is probably an appearance in the playoffs. What do you think?
Carson Wentz hasn't been the best, over the years. I remember when he first got drafted to Philly, he had those magical years, the first couple of years, and then that was just regular season play. Wentz was hurt. He didn't get a chance to do his thing in the playoffs, and Nick Foles took that team to win a championship against Tom Brady. So he would always get hurt, and then, playing with the Colts last year, that was a great team. I think I've been talking to a lot of Commander fans, trying to get them to understand that the Colts had a great offensive line. The Colts have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. and that's from AFC and NFC. You know, and with the running game that the Colts had in Taylor, who was easily top 3 running backs in the league, you could definitely make an argument for number one when Derrick Henry went out. The type of numbers and stuff he was putting, he made it easy for them. They had a defense, a top line defense that could stop opponents, and it's pretty much, you know, laid out there for Wentz. We got the running game, we got the protection for you. You know, the defense is doing what they're supposed to do. We just need you to be Carson Wentz. So I think.
Well, I think. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think he's leaving a way better situation, going to a team that's still trying to figure it out. You know, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on Wentz being in the DMV, playing for the Washington Commanders. That's going to put a lot of pressure on him to succeed here. You know, because they're looking at him like, all right, Wentz, let's see what you can do. And I just don't have any faith in Carson Wentz.
An interesting move by the Washington Commanders, no question about that. Here's another question. Is it time for the Cleveland Browns to move on from Baker Mayfield in free agency movement?
It's one of those situations where,
you know, Deshaun Watson is out there.
If you can get a Watson, if you can make that move, you make that move. You know, it's not too many quarterbacks better in the league than Watson. And Watson is young, he's 27. But if you can't get a guy like Watson, you might as well roll with who they got. You know, Baker's not a bum. With Watson, oh, he doesn't. Okay.
Well, he's talking about Carson Wentz. That's Aaron.
Oh, yeah. That's the person. That's the Commander fan I was talking about. I said.
That is. Okay.
But,
yes, sir.
But, you know, you got to stay faithful as a Commander fan. You know, hang in there. So
yeah.
But with Baker, I mean, Baker can ball. Baker can play. You know, he's not an elite level quarterback, but he can play. And if you're going to replace him, you're either going to have to do it in the draft, or if it's in free agency, it has to be an elite level player. You just can't get, for instance, you can't get a Carson Wentz and replace Baker Mayfield. No, you have to get a Deshaun Watson. You have to get a Aaron Rodgers or a Russell Wilson. If you get one of those guys, bye Baker. If it's not one of those type of guys, then might as well hang on with him.
I totally agree, and I mentioned Deshaun Watson earlier. What do you think the best landing spot is for Deshaun Watson?
The best landing spot I would personally like to see him go is Pittsburgh.
Oh wow, that would be nice. That would be a good spot for sure.
Pittsburgh just got. I don't really understand that move. They just picked up a quarterback and added to their room. I don't really understand why they got the quarterback they got. I forget his name. That's how unimportant he is. But you know, you added Deshaun Watson to that room with the people around him, with that head coach, and an addition that they got from Miami in the coaching room. And you know, watch out with the weapons that they have and the type of team and the coaches they have around them. That would have been perfect for him. And I hope he still can get somewhere. You still have a few teams that need quarterbacks out there.
Now, you look at the AFC, and do you think the AFC West is now the best division in the NFL?
I think right now, yeah. It's a toss up between the AFC West and the NFC West, because look at last year. The NFC West, you had the Rams, you had the 49ers, you had Arizona, all 3 teams in the playoffs. You know, that's pretty tough.
Yeah.
When you had 3 teams in the playoffs. AFC West, they're right there. They can definitely be the best in the division this coming year, especially with Seattle losing Russ and, you know, Arizona having to figure out their situation with their quarterback and make sure that, you know, they're on the same page going forward as him being the guy. And but AFC West, I would say this, in my opinion, AFC West is the most exciting division in football right now. They have to
I would
prove that they are
totally
the best, but I think they're the
agree
most
with
exciting
that.
right now.
Now, are the Los Angeles Rams favorite to repeat?
I would say no.
Okay.
As far as favorite, you can make an argument about being favorite, but me personally, knowing the Rams and stuff like that, knowing how close that game was with the 49ers with them, it could have definitely gone either way. With Jimmy's quarterback play during that game, especially, he didn't play his best football, and we kind of gave him the edge in the quarterback room. They had the edge with Stafford, but it's a lot of great teams out there. I think the 49ers and the Rams I think that's the matchup I want to watch this coming season is the 49ers and the Rams. Rams just won the Super Bowl. We were one game away from going to the Super Bowl. And I think that rivalry is definitely going to get better with both coaches being familiar with each other, from the understudy to the master, with Shanahan being, the guy that their coach came from, that coaching tree. I think that's going to be a fun matchup to watch.
Is Justin Herbert the next Aaron Rodgers?
That's one of those things where you just got to play football.
Yeah.
Aaron is one of the greatest talents we've seen at the quarterback position. I know he hasn't won the type of Super Bowls like a Tom Brady or something like that, but as far as his consistent play year in and year out, Aaron's the man, and Justin has a long way to go. I see the talent. I see the talent there. And if he can bring it to another level with from a consistency standpoint, and play at a high level and compete for championships and get him one himself, get him a ring, which is going to be tough in the AFC. As long as you got the Chiefs there, you got Pat Mahomes, you got Cincinnati there, Chargers are right there. They have a slew of great teams on that side that he's going to have to get through the gauntlet for him to win a Super Bowl, or even make it to a Super Bowl, should I say. Still got to deal with the NFC once you get to the Super Bowl. But I think it's a long shot. He definitely can prove that he has the ability to do that. But, talk is cheap. You're going to have to walk that walk and show us from a consistent day in, day out standpoint that he is on that caliber of quarterback.
Well, the kid has got an amazing arm. He's a superb athlete. He shocked me on every level. And when you watch him out there, he's just got that special on him. When you see Justin Herbert, you just see something kind of otherworldly almost. The guy's amazing, but it is saying a lot to call him the next Aaron Rodgers. I mean, we got to see more from him, but he is an amazing talent.
Right.
Looking at the Broncos this year, could they be the AFC's version of the Los Angeles Rams, Russell Wilson / Matt Stafford?
That's definitely a long shot with them because
Okay.
we haven't seen Russ and another team ever.
Yeah.
We were talking about with Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams and the whole chemistry aspect of things. And, we just got to see, we know what the type of talent Russell Wilson is and what he's bringing to the table. I definitely know that he's going to elevate that team, the Broncos. But as far as, being the next Rams, you take Matt Stafford out of the picture, and the Rams went to a Super Bowl without him.
Yeah.
They added a piece and took them over the top to win a Super Bowl, but they had an all-star roster. They had, they went and got Von Miller. They already had Aaron Donald. They got Jalen Ramsey. They went and got Odell Beckham. They just had star everywhere you look. there were stars in the room, and they already had Cooper Kupp, who I believe Matthew Stafford took Cooper Kupp's game to another level, and it shows the importance of a quarterback. Because Cooper Kupp was balling without Matt Stafford, but with Matt Stafford, it definitely took his game to the next level. We've seen him at an elite level where he was leading the league in receptions, and I think that was complimentary to Matt Stafford. So I think Russell's definitely going to elevate them, but to beat the Rams, that's putting a lot on his shoulders, because I don't think that they have the type of talent from top to bottom that the Rams had on their roster.
With that being said, who are the favorites this year in the AFC?
Oh, the teams you saw battle for that championship. You got the Kansas City Chiefs. Mm-hmm. You got Cincinnati with Joe Burrows. He's going to do nothing but get better. You're going to have the Chargers. I think they're going to be right there. We were just talking about their quarterback. And then you had those teams that Tennessee, with Henry, when Henry's playing, when things have gone differently with their run game and their defense, I think they're going to be right in there. If the Ravens can stay healthy, they should add a little flair to the conversation. I know that we put a lot of weight on their quarterback as far as his postseason play compared to his regular season play. It's definitely getting a lot tough for him with the type of quarterbacks that they have now in the AFC. It's going to be even tougher because Burrows showed that he's that guy. He can play, he can ball. We already know what Mahomes can do, and we know what the Chargers quarterback can do. So it's going to be tough, but I think those three teams are definitely the top dogs, in my opinion, with the Chiefs, the Bengals, and the Chargers.
You did mention the Ravens. Is this a make or break year for Lamar Jackson?
I think we're getting there.
Okay.
I think it's starting to get there because he's not a rookie anymore. He's been in the playoffs. He got over that hump of having a playoff win, but he hasn't got over that hump of performing at a high level consistently in the playoffs. Last year was kind of like a fluke year for him with injuries and different things going on. But I think this is a year where he's going to be looked at like, look, man, are you our guy moving forward? Lamar is a great talent. Don't get me wrong. He's a great talent, but they're looking for that guy, that sniper in the playoffs. Can you be that guy? Because they don't give out regular season trophies. We all love to see him do the moves and juke you out your shoes, and it makes for great highlight.
Right.
But we're looking for wins in the postseason and taking that into winning a Super Bowl. And if he can't bring them that, they may have to start looking elsewhere. This is definitely going to be a big year for him. And I think a lot of pressure is going to be on his shoulders, and all eyes is going to be on Lamar Jackson. And I hope, he rises to the occasion.
Free agent movement, not a lot today. This was the first day of it, and nothing groundbreaking. There is talk out there that Baker Mayfield may be moved. Deshaun Watson seems to be the biggest target for the Carolina Panthers. Nothing has happened yet. Been a lot of talk and squawking going on about that. Kirk Cousins, there's been talk of him going to Indianapolis. I don't know why the Vikings would get rid of him, but there's been talk of that. What are you hearing out there on these streets, Stu?
I see DeMarcus Lawrence agrees to a new 3-year, $40 million deal. So the Cowboys taking care of their own. Dolphins signed former Cowboy wide receiver Cedric Wilson to a 3-year, $22 million deal. Let's see. Buccaneers re-signing cornerback Carlton Davis to a 3-year, $45 million deal. Chargers expected to sign former Patriots cornerback C.J. Jackson to a 5-year, $82.5 million deal. That's big money right there.
Yes, sir.
They say Teddy signing a 1-year deal with the Dolphins, and the Packers re-signed linebacker Devondre Campbell to a 5-year, $50 million deal. So not none of those splash big signs yet. I think that one of the next big news we'll be hearing, I think, is Jimmy G. They're trying to find a spot for him. The top two teams that were competing for him were the Colts and the Saints. My personal opinion is the Colts are a better deal for him because they have an offensive line, they have the running game, they have the defense. You know, they can get better play from the quarterback position. You know, they're going to be right there in the playoffs, and they can add. To be honest with you, when we were talking about the top teams in the AFC, you know, I mentioned the Chiefs, I mentioned the Bengals and the Chargers and the Ravens. You know, the Ravens having that potential. Are they, you know, on that level? The Colts, if the Colts had a quarterback, they would be right in the talk of discussion. You know, we were so surprised that the Colts missed the playoffs, the postseason this coming year. We thought the Colts got this in the bag, you know, and they got the talent around them. They just need the talent quarterback position for them. But yeah, man. So Jimmy, I'm hoping that he can go to the Colts. That's the best decision, best move for him. But at this point, you got to go somewhere. You know, he worth a lot of money, and the 49ers can't afford to pay that salary. And still, we have Debo, we have Bosa, we have contract extensions coming up. We want to, you know, extend their contracts and shore up some other things. The word on the street is the 49ers right now are looking for top cornerback free agents. So there are a few out there that we're going to need some money to do, and Jimmy's holding up that money right now. So the sooner we can get him off our books, the sooner we can go in for a splash dive into the, you know, getting a top corner or something like that. So it's definitely, these next coming weeks are definitely going to get interesting. I think we're going to see some moves because unfortunately what the Rams did last year gave all of those teams hopes and owners hopes that like to play Madden. They like to just say on paper, if I can get certain people, maybe we can do something. And the Rams on paper looked like superstars and they got the job done. And, you know, I think that's going to show a lot of teams like, look, if we're right there and we need a couple pieces, let's go all in and get who we want and get these top quality free agents, and maybe we can, you know, turn that over. So I think you're going to see a lot more splash picks, big style picks this year coming up, and I'm excited about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching the Maurice Brown Show with Antoine Real Stewart. And if you have enjoyed this show, hey, like it and share it and subscribe to the Maurice Brown Comedy Channel, as well as any social media engine that Antoine Real Stewart is a part of. And if you just came in at the very end, not a big deal. You can watch the whole thing tomorrow about 12 noon on the Creative Motion Network on Roku TV. And before we get out of here, Stu, how can fans follow you on social media or by website?
You can follow me at Antoine Real Stewart on Facebook. And I have a YouTube channel that me and my brother Aaron Moore are starting, Real Talk Convo. You can follow us on YouTube at Real Talk Convo.
I love it. Check us out, ladies and gentlemen. In a couple of weeks, during the off season, we come to you every other week to break out any news that's transpiring in the NFL. We've got the NFL draft just around the corner, and free agent movement started today. And I'm with you, Stu. Probably going to get some big splashes. I bet tomorrow we're going to get some big signings tomorrow. But in the meantime, everybody stay safe, stay blessed. And Stu, may the peace of Jesus Christ be with you and your family, brother. God bless you.
Yes, sir. God bless you.